Hello, people. This is your host and host Kranti once again back with another new What If, and this is our boy, aka one and only Izuku Midoriya DEKU was Noelle's son. Yeah, cause why not? Because our boy DEKU, he kind of like cries a lot. So giving him like Noelle's power seems kind of fair, because all of his tears, the cry-babiness, is gonna become his strongest power there is, and he's gonna become epically cool. So the story begins. Basically what's gonna happen is DEKU is gonna be blessed with mana. He's not gonna have a cork, but he's not gonna have a grimoire. His what will happen is the water spirit Grindine, the mermaid, big mermaid looking lady, fuses with DEKU, because he's blessed by the water spirit, the water god, and they're gonna fuse with him, and he's gonna have like a water spirit power. That's it. So he's gonna have like water power. So when they were chibi little kids, the whole incident where Bakugo falls in the lake, what happens is DEKU rescues Bakugo in this instance, and he makes sure that Bakugo does not die and drown. Probably like a normal. I mean, what happens is Bakugo falls down, and Deku's like, "Kachan, I'm here to help you," and he creates like a water vortex. All the water disappears and grabs a hold of Bakugo and pulls and lifts him upward. And everybody's like, "Whoa, DEKU, you have an awesome power. You can control and manipulate water." And Deku's like, "Oh yeah, Kachan, see, look at my cork." And obviously Bakugo is gonna be jealous, because his whole shit is his explosion, which is basically fire. So, and DEKU has like water, so it's basically like fire mixed with water. Yeah, doesn't go that well. They're gonna be like at each other's throat for a fact. So Bakugo and DEKU is they grow up, but DEKU doesn't get bullied by Bakugo, because Bakugo thinks DEKU is kind of strong in his own right. He doesn't show that much, but he's hella strong for sure. So Bakugo is trying to have like a normal conversation. At the end of the school year, DEKU goes to the tunnel, and then by the way, in this spot, if DEKU is gonna have all the powers of Noelle, so yeah, Sea Dragon's Roar, Sea Dragon's Lairs. Oh yeah, we're gonna have that for sure. Yeah. So then DEKU gets attacked by the slime, the sludge villain, and DEKU is like, "Oh, kimochi," and DEKU is like, all the time stops, and here comes the water spirit. They're like, "We're gonna do what happened with Yuno, where the wind spirit Swift introduced herself like a baby to DEKU. In this instance, what's gonna happen, the mermaid, the spirit of the water spirit Grindine, will introduce himself. Time's gonna fall, and she's gonna introduce herself to DEKU as like a small fish, talking fish. Yeah, why not? Yeah, we're gonna do Pokemon evolution here. He's gonna become like a talking fish, very majestic looking talking fish, might I say. It's a blue talking fish, and it's like, "Oh kid, you have water power, and you're blessed with great water power. Use your power. Let me enter your body and guide you how to use your power." Then the water spirit enters his body, and DEKU realizes how to use his water power, then he creates like the sludge villain is trying to like get inside of Deku and like trying to suffocate him, trying to control him, and then he creates like a bright light flashes. Instead of grimoire, I said there is no grimoire. He's gonna have like a written the scripture of the spell coming to his hand, and slowly it's gonna disappear. Basically it's gonna be saved in his memory, and then he creates like sea dragon's lair, and there's like a ginormous sphere of water which is like a protective dome. That's the first super move that he learns, because it was out of desperation, because he needed to survive from the sludge villain's attack, and the sludge villain is like blown away, and he's like his eyes are glowing, kind of like Avatar state, but way more cooler and more watery, and there's like a dome of water which is contracting, and it's like, and then he uses like combination move, tentacle whip, and there's like whip, like it almost his sea domes become like an octopus, and there's like water whips, and he just whips the shit out of the sludge villain, and sludge villain is like, no more, and Deku's like, do you think I'm done with you? I can control any kind of water and liquid there is. You are a sludge, you're made of water. Most of your physical density is made of water. I'm just gonna freeze you. Then he creates like a frozen sludge. Yeah. So All Might comes and he's like, whoa kid, you probably have an ice core. That's why you froze the sludge villain. That's pretty cool. And Deku's like, All Might, Nani! Could you please sign my book, a photograph? Could you give me an autograph? You're my biggest fan. No. Sorry. I am your biggest fan. I just mumble when I never. All Might. And he just like basically like gets like he just faints because of a fandom orgasm. Yeah, that's a thing. So he faints, and All Might is like, nice kid. And then Deku is like, All Might signs him and tells him, kid, and then he writes a note, kid, with a cork like yours, you should be a hero. I am teaching in UA High. You should apply for UA High. If you're this strong, maybe if you're strong enough, maybe we will see each other in UA High. Yeah, sorry, there's like there's some guest coming over my house. That was the doorbell. My apologies. So they are like, Deku gets to UA High. He's just like doing the entrance exam, and he like within this time frame he masters his combat. He becomes really strong. Like he gets like all of the memories of the Noelle, so he unlocks the Berserker armor. Yeah, the Berserker armor dress from Black Clover. Yeah, because he's not a chick, so he's not gonna get the Valkyrie armor. He's gonna get the Berserker armor, a trident made of water, and also like a drill made of water, like I don't know it's a jousting lance made of water, which is like almost drilling. So he has like a big bang water drill. Yeah, just can drill through that. And then he has like water katanas, ice katanas. Also has like sea dragon's roar, sea serpent, and there's like icicle rain. Yeah, it's a spell basically which he creates like an icicle. Bunch of icicles falling from the above, and when they fall from above, then from that shard becomes icicle spears coming from underground. So yeah, Deku becomes OP as fuck. So yeah, he can control ice and water, and he can create ginormous spells. And the water spirit Grandini from a small carp fish becomes Small Little Mermaid. Yeah, not a big mermaid, but a small little mermaid. And Deku is like, whoa man, it's in this middle state of evolution. When is the final evolution? Then we're gonna go do mega evolution. Yeah, why not? So after this whole incident and everything, Deku is like going to the entrance exam, and the entrance exam begins. Like all the robots are attacking Deku left and right, back and forth, and Deku is like, okay, shit, I just have to like slaughter them. And what he does, he just points out his finger. Yeah, he creates a water gun. Basically what he uses highly concentrated water bullets, like water jet bullets. He basically uses a water gun but with his finger, and he's just like pew 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 pew, and they're like so strong and so fast, the velocity itself destroys the robot. Yeah, then he's like, okay, they takes a bunch of 10-point robots, bunch of 20-point robots. For the 30-point and the bigger robots, he tends to use like, okay, ice bullets. Ice are harder than water, so it just uses like ice bullets, and they're like color like drill. So there's like pew 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 pew. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a fun medium range attack, which is like not that lethal, but it kind of packs a punch because of the velocity. And then comes the 0-point robot. The 0-point robots does this whole shindig, what she does in the original timeline, blast everybody with like humongous zoom beams, like beams of super concentrated like plasma and laser. So after that, Deku is like, okay, gotta have to use the big guns. Then he just says, Yundini, merge. Then Yundini merges, and they go to partial spirit drive. It's just blue. He has like a crown on him, and he has like a fish scale on his body, like on his arms, on his legs, on his like chest, almost like a Super Saiyan 4, but not with fur, with fish scale. It's not complete yet, and he has like a dolphin's tail from coming out of his back. Yeah, not his butt, from his back. And also there's like a cape, and yeah, the cape which bears a signa, almost like a crest of the, yeah, it's a crest. The cape, in the back of the cape there is a crest which strangely looks like a mermaid with 2 legs. Yeah, it says it's a Starbucks sign. For shits and giggles. No, I'm kidding. It's just a sign of like aqua, like a sea, raging sea, like a sea dragon kind of sign. Yeah, it's like a dragon, bluish dragon, the cape. Okay, so he goes to beast mode like this. Then he, like the 0-point robot unleashes his laser upon him. Then he unleashes the dragon's dent. Okay, but in here what will happen is there is no water, so what ends up being like a massive volume of water that he creates from the atmosphere itself. Yeah, he has atmospheric manipulation. So basically wherever he goes, unless it's a very deserty environment is his weakness, but apart from that he is pretty cool. Like the shinobi from the Naruto world can create literal water from nothing because of the chakra. So he's like, Deku is gonna be able to create literal water out of nothing. Maybe he can like solve the drinking water problem in future. Maybe, I don't know. But now I'm getting like he creates like a dragon's lair tent, and literally it's like a spear of water which is floating, and it is like moving so fast, like the laser is not even like impacting or not even like pushing. The laser is like constantly like being like, because this laser is basically like a light, so the water is moving more than light speed. So DEKU is basically taking the speed of the light, taking the force and the velocity of the light, and like turning into like a motion. It's moving even faster as this water sphere. The water is boiling because of the laser's heat, and DEKU is constantly creating constantly like creating the more and more water in the sphere, and the laser literally is like basically like the laser is evaporating water, which is creating steam, almost like a reddish stream, and the water is moving. It's like a burning red ball of laser surrounding. Don't worry, DEKU is protected underneath his inside his shell. There's like steam coming out of it, and it's like the laser is constantly going for like almost like a minute, like for going for like almost like a minute, and DEKU is like doing the same process. Then the 0 point robot stops, and DEKU is like unleashes his new spell, water sea dragons roar, and he creates like a Kamehameha fist, and he's like, sea dragons roar, and there comes like a ginormous dragon, sea dragon made of water, which literally bites the 0 point robot and crushes the shit out of the 0 point robot with its jaw. Yeah, it's that big. And then like takes it upwards and like bites it even harder, literally destroys it, and there's like water falling from, like he changes the weather. There's like a rain falling from above. Yeah, our boy DEKU is that strong, and yet the water spirit hasn't even locked his fullest potential yet. Our boy DEKU is that very strong. He didn't even go to his berserker armor yet. He just went to spirit type. He went to his berserker armor plus the spirit drive. Oh boy, it's gonna be a different story for fact. So the whole shindig happens. Everybody's like, oh, Nani is so strong, and DEKU gets the result. He becomes the number 1 student, because why the fuck not? DEKU, our boy DEKU is strong as fuck. So we're gonna end things here. This is part 1. What if DEKU was Noelle's son, or Noelle the Simple's son from Black Clover? And this is your host and host Kranti saying ta-ta, bye-bye, and signing off. And before I go, remember this: sharing is caring, and subscribing means you just love me. So just share and subscribe my video and my channel. Please do let some comment in the box. Give me some ideas and some feedback, because I need some feedback. I need some comments, cause I need to improve, and I need some content. And I need some content, ho, 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 ho. And I need some content, whoa, and I need some content, yeah. But please do share, subscribe, like, and comment. Give me some ideas in the comments, and if you like my content, please do subscribe and share. And remember this: Sharing means you care, and subscribing means you just love me.